Hello everyone, my name is Gitanjali Vatra and I'm a student of Moradabad Institute of Technology affiliated to ATPU Lucknow, and as this is my seminar presentation due to coronavirus aim it was not possible to give my presentation, so I am giving it online. So respected my teachers, this is the topic of my seminar, that is extended reality presented by me. So here is a glance to extended reality. Let's see what is it basically. So Oliver Holmes Jr. said that a mind that is stretched by a new experience can never go back to its old dimensions. What does it mean? He is meaning to the new technology, the new emerging technologies, the new dimension what you are having. Like we have 2D, we have 3D, and this is the reality or extended reality, whether it is augmented reality or it is virtual reality. It is giving us a new dimension to live in. We can bring out some other new thing into a existing thing. Let's see how. So first is XR is emerging umbrella for all immersive technologies. So before starting with the XR or that extended reality, we need to study what basically AR and VR are. So this is a brief introduction to AR, VR and MR. Virtual reality, basically it is the human-computer interaction, how it is human-computer interaction. Let's see. Suppose what we are doing in the virtual reality is we are bringing the virtual environment in front of our eyes. We are going into that environment. We are not bringing the environment, we are going into that environment and we are feeling into that. All the noises or all the five senses we are feeling out there. So basically it is done with the help of the computer. So the term here used is the computer-human interaction. So that means computer acts as a computer technology. That's it. Then we have augmented reality. That is bringing that environment, that virtual environment to the real world. Suppose a table is over here and I need to put something on it. So what I'm going to do, I'm just create that environment and bring that object in that so that I can see whether the substance placed on the table is suitable or it is looking perfect or not. A very quick example of this augmented reality is the filters used in Snapchat. Number two, the design homes, what we are doing, that 5D planner we are having in our Android phones to see whether the paint of the wall is looking good or not. Number three is the lens card eye contact glasses, what we can check right sitting over here in our rooms. Then we have the mixed reality. We have both of the things are possible simultaneously, like Pokemon Go. We are hearing, we are feeling those, and it is in the real world we are seeing that the things are being played virtually and we can play it. Like Pokemon Go we have Mario also, which has been invented recently. So let's come back to the extended reality. So basically it is an umbrella to all these emerging technologies. Means all the technologies come under this umbrella, and it is the interaction between human and computer, as I said earlier also, and it is also written that which is reality as well as virtual environment, that we are experiencing both the things simultaneously at the same time over here. Let's see the 5 plus 1 senses. We have sight, we have hearing, we have touch, we have smell, we have taste, and we have the sixth sense as well as the sight. Here what we mean is that we are seeing something that is going to point out to the virtual reality, the VR scanner which we place on our eyes and see the virtual world in that screen. So that is meant by the sight. Then we are hearing. We have the 3D version sound. Now these sounds are also available on the YouTube. You can feel that the sound is moving like in the 3 dimension. Somehow it is slow, somehow the tempo is high, somehow the bass is slow, somehow the tempo is high. So this is what basically the second sense of the extended reality. Then the third sense is the wearable devices. We have uh, Google Google Glass also, what we can wear out. So these kind of things comes under the touch or the third sense of the extended reality. Then we have smell. This is something now, and still the scientists are being working on it. I have seen a book where you can just touch to the perfume and the smell of the perfume can come into you. So that is also some kind of XR technology. Now the scientists have been working to bring out in the technical field also. So taste, it is also an emerging technology. So we'll see how it will work in the future. Then the sixth sense is the machine learning or the artificial intelligence, which is playing a major role nowadays. We are always and we are now very much dependent on the machine to do things like calculations, to record audios, to record videos. Now we are not using the cameras, and now we are also making the e-notes. Now amid the coronavirus, we are learning through online classes. We are teaching through online classes. So these are all the emerging technologies like artificial intelligence and machine learning, etc. So these were the six senses of the XR or the extended reality, which are now implemented and will be implemented in the future. So these are the applications. As I've said, Pokemon Go, that is a game. So we can say it have an application in the entertainment field, in the gaming field. Video games we also having, like Mario is now generated by Abhishek, a scientist known as his name is Abhishek. So employees and consumers, like I have said, Lenskart is working in this field, or Asian Paints is also working in this field, that you can choose, that you can take the picture of your wall into your house, and then you can choose whether the color will suit best on it or not. So then we have healthcare also, to visualize the organs three-dimensionally. Now, till now, CT scans have analyze our body by 2 dimension only. Now, there are CT scans, we have X-ray machines, we have many other such tests that are now going to in the 3D environment and more also. Now it is continued. We have real estate also. We have 5D planner where we can not we can show them onto the plot that how the building will look like afterwards. We have marketing also. As I have said, that we can try products by putting them onto our picture, onto our figure, onto our face, like what Lenskart is doing right now. That is the marketing. That is try before you buy experience. So then we have training and education. We are doing it a lot nowadays. So like we are creating a Google Classroom, we are doing it by Microsoft TeamViewer and so and so. So this is also an application of extended reality. Then we have retailers, as I said, the e-commerce as Asian Paints, and various furniture websites are also doing the same, that you can place out the furniture into your house and see whether it is fitting best or not, and then you can further order it. Then we have military also, archery, gun and planners, and training are given to the soldiers. Then we have the journey is here, and now we can see 1968 it started, that how head mounted display, what I have talked about, the site, that is head mounted display. Then we have HitLab art toolkit, So the second sense we got, then we have the headset, the third sense we got hearing, and then 2017 Apple released ARKit. So we can see the map into the real world. We can, not Apple now, Google is also saying we can see the satellite map. That is also an example of extended reality. Then in 2016 we have first headed mounted display, and so on. These were all the emerging techniques, we can say. So moving further, we have pros and cons also. So it has already been used, but some pros and cons are there. So pros and cons, first we will going to see the pros of the extended reality. First is the visualization, means we can see the environment, we can see the virtual environment in the real world. We can visualize it, we can analyze whether it will fit to our physical environment or not. Then we have remote learning and calibration. We are doing it nowadays. The biggest example what we are using nowadays is this remote learning and collaboration. We can make the virtual Google Classroom, or we can make the virtual classroom right sitting over anywhere in the world. So then again, pros, accessibility. Yes, I have said, with sitting at any part of the world, we can make a Google Classroom. That means that it is accessible worldwide. We can also buy the specs and the lenses by Lenskart worldwide also. So it is accessible, very best accessible. Then helping learners stay focused. Yes, when we learn something by this technology, we interact with the teachers online. The trainers and the teaching staff are also being helped by it. Then high engagement of knowledge and retention, and then we have advanced analytics. Both the things mean same, that we are analyzing something and then we getting some knowledge that whether it will fit in the environment or not. So it is also engaging for employees also, and that they will learn new technology, implemented, make the new softwares and so on. They will get the new job also. So it can provide the jobs also. Then we have cons of extended reality, that is artificiality. Yes, sometimes what looks physically does not mean that it will look also good virtually, what is being raised. So sometimes it occurs that artificiality occurs. Then we have lacks of flexibility. Yes, we have that lacks of flexibility, not of general purpose, but for using all the things, all the senses of the extended reality, we need some or the other hardware. So it becomes not more flexible. Then we have high cost. Yes, updating the software and updating the hardware will always give you the high cost. Then we have health risk. Yes, sitting long in front of the laptop also, our eyes get pain and eyes get red. So this is the question of sitting and hearing also, those 3D sounds. So it will produce a health problem also. Then we have privacy and data security. Although not many companies are using, but still we cannot say that whether the company or whether the software is good or not, or whether it will work best for our privacy or not. Then we have challenges. There are 3 major challenges. So these are, the first is cost, then is the hardware, and then the privacy. Cost, because for the company's sake of purpose, it becomes easier. They have the turnovers in crores and lakhs. They have the capability to buy these things. But a normal or a middleman or a people what are living in the society cannot afford this much. So the cost is a major challenge of the extended reality. Then it is the hardware. Yes, we need to change the hardware also sometimes if it is not supportable or if it is not bootable also. Then we have privacy. yes, it is for both the sides, as well as the company and as well as the user. Then we have the future. As I said, the two sensors are being developed by the researchers, and 60% works have been done already in the mainstream and will be in just next 5 years, possibly. Then we have plenty of uses also employed in all kinds of fields, like we have real estate, marketing, training, entertainment, and companies, etc. and etc. Then the essence means what is the need of it? That means that bringing the virtual environment into the real environment. That is, we can visualize the things. Like we get a new vision to the world, to the technocrats of the world. Technocrats means what is the virtual thing of what we can feel it physically. So it gets a new vision and it mixes the virtual world with the real one, promising the strength of the futuristic technology. Then we have XR can be essential implement to various industries for improving business capabilities. As I said earlier, it is profiting many people and many industries as well. Then we have, I'm coming into the conclusion that if the challenges are fulfilled, if disadvantages are overcome, then XR will play a really very, very, very beautiful role in our day-to-day life. That it will be a blessing in disguise for the physically challenged people of the world who cannot go somewhere and see what will be better for them. So it will be a blessing for them, we can say. And then at the end of the day, constant up graduation of technology is needed and are to strengthen the world economy. Obviously, when we are going to immerse something new, the technology develops and the economy of the world as well as the economy of India will also increase simultaneously. So it will be better working on these such technologies. Thank you very much for listening to the whole lecture, and thank you, sir, for your kind attention.